On April 28th of 2023, a security guard posted a video that has since been difficult to forget. He had been assigned to watch over an isolated area through the night, a routine post that had never given him any reason for concern. Until that night. Whether this single incident was what caused him to stop working the night shift is something only he knows for certain. But based on what the CCTV camera picked up after dark, the reasoning seems clear. It's late. Watch.
Bak burada fark ettim. Dışarı çıktım. Baktım kayboldu. Buradan kayboldu. Ondan sonra koşturdum içeri.
The guard hadn't noticed anything out of the ordinary until he checked the live feed of the area surrounding his post. And then he saw it, a figure standing still several meters away in the dark. He went outside to confront whoever it was. But by the time he got there, nothing remained. The figure had simply ceased to exist. No footsteps retreating into the distance, no sound, no trace. It appeared, and then it was gone. The guard has since left the night shift and cannot explain what he encountered. The footage continues to circulate online without any credible explanation for what it shows. An Englishman who goes by the name Willow Haunter is a TikTok user we've already covered on this channel. For months, Willow has documented intense poltergeist activity inside his apartment, with doors opening on their own and objects being violently thrown to the floor by invisible hands. However, as he gained visibility, the internet did what it does best. People accused him of faking everything, claiming he had a friend hidden behind the door pulling a string. Fed up with the skeptics, Willow decided to silence his critics once and for all. He set up a 2-camera trap to capture what he calls 100% irrefutable proof that his home is haunted.
Right, so this is a response to someone who commented here. Got Deborah Evans saying that I think you're all thick and someone just opened the door. So yeah, you are right, I do think you're thick, but not my audience, just you specifically. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this door. Look, close the door. Now I'm going to go downstairs so you can see I'm nowhere near the door. Right, if there's anyone in this house right now, open that door. Right, and look, there's the camera recording me, so you can see, well, you can see with your own eyes, both sides of the door. So, yeah, explain that one, Deborah.
When we analyze the footage from both cameras side by side, it becomes incredibly difficult to find an explanation. On one side of the screen, a fixed camera points toward the kitchen area. On the other, Willow's handheld phone camera. He starts by fully closing the door and making sure it's properly latched. Then he deliberately walks downstairs with the phone, turning the camera to show that the lower floor is completely empty and that no one is hiding in the house. When he reaches the bottom of the stairs, he speaks into the silence, asking the spirit to open the door if it's there with him. Instantly, on the fixed camera feed, the handle unlatches on its own, and the door slowly swings open completely. Since both angles were recording simultaneously, it's absolutely clear that there's no one on either side of that door. And so no one can claim the footage was manipulated. Willow immediately runs back up the stairs, and his live reaction syncs perfectly across both feeds as he approaches the now open doorway. In Florida, a young mother named Hailey Kenny is woken by her 3-year-old son, trembling and insisting something else is inside their home. While the child keeps pointing into the dark, Hailey lifts her phone and begins to record. And what the camera captures is deeply disturbing.
What is it? Baby, there's nothing in here. There's nothing in here. Okay, I don't see it.
My nail.
The boy extends his arm toward an empty corner and holds it there. Then it comes, a low, guttural sound, somewhere between a growl and a moan rising from no clear source.
What is it? Baby, there's nothing in here.
The shadow comes twice, bleeding out from the corner, retreating, then returning before dissolving completely. It moves independently of the child's arm with its own timing. Hailey did not realize what she had filmed until days later. The question that now keeps her up is not what she caught in that dark, empty corner. It is what her son had already been quietly watching there, before she ever turned the camera on. A medical clinic. A staff member who films funny and memorable moments at work. And on November 14th of 2023, a video that no one on the team can stop thinking about. Jenna DeSormu took out her phone because she was hearing something she couldn't place. A child's voice, faint but distinct, coming from somewhere inside the building. The problem is, this clinic doesn't treat children. Not ever. No child should have been inside those walls. And yet the voice was there, clear enough that Jenna felt the need to capture it before she could convince herself she'd imagined it. She raised her phone and slowly held it up. This is what it recorded.
I mean, that was clear though. Like, that was super clear.
There it goes again.
Super clear.
There it goes again.
You think it's funny? Yeah. Stop it. And then the freaking phone rings.
From somewhere inside the clinic, a barely audible voice begins to be heard. Soft enough to almost miss, but impossible to ignore. It sounds unmistakably like a child, and it isn't just speaking. It is responding, directly answering questions that the staff had asked aloud. And that alone would be strange enough to raise questions. But then comes a second clip, recorded just a few days before this one. Captured by a different staff member inside that building.
Do it again. I'm shaking. Jesus Christ. Come on. You can do it. Move it. Come on, move it. What the Stop. Stop. Move it. Come on. Can you knock it down? You can knock it down. Come on. Y'all, come on. Y'all, that box is f***ing moving. I can't even say this right. Come on. Stop. Nope. 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 We're done. We're done.
A cardboard box nudges itself toward the edge of a shelf and falls. No one is near it. No one touches it. The employee who saw it simply walked away, unable to offer any explanation. When combined with Jenna's audio of the child's voice, the staff have arrived at the same unavoidable thought: that a child's spirit may be present inside that clinic. What exactly was captured in either recording has not been confirmed. But the people who work there every day are no longer comfortable pretending that nothing has happened. A woman called Melissa Cottrell uploaded a video to her personal Instagram page. Melissa isn't a massive influencer chasing viral fame. Her page is entirely dedicated to her quiet family life and her knitting projects. But recently, she posted a piece of security footage that quickly racked up almost 2 million views. Melissa explains that on March 3rd at exactly 12:50 a.m., a massive, unexplainable boom shook her house, sending her animals into an absolute panic. Seconds later, her phone buzzed with a chilling notification. Her security camera had detected a human outside. But when she pulled up the feed, what she saw was far from human. At first glance, it is almost impossible to process what is happening in the frame. An unidentifiable mass appears to violently shift between 3 distinct locations, almost as if it is teleporting in real time. The shape is completely distorted and erratic. However, eagle-eyed viewers took the time to break this incredibly fast movement down frame by frame. When the footage is paused at the exact right millisecond, a terrifying detail emerges. Within the blurred anomaly, the unmistakable shape of a skull clearly appears. This bizarre detail has completely divided the internet. Some viewers are convinced the loud boom and teleporting movement are clear evidence of a UFO or a glitch in reality, while others believe the horrific skull points to something purely demonic. For this next piece of footage, we have to be completely honest with you. We have our doubts. However, the context makes it too terrifying to ignore. It comes from a well-known Thai paranormal investigator on TikTok, who has built a massive audience by live streaming her supernatural adventures. There is an undeniable layer of terror to a live broadcast. Whatever happens is happening in real time, with no cuts or editing possible. In this specific stream, she is exploring an abandoned house in the middle of the countryside, and suddenly tells her audience she is trapped inside with something she cannot explain. Let us look at the raw footage.
เอาเลยเฮ้ยประตูทุกคนใช่ตรงกระจกโคตรน่ากลัวเลยเฮ้ยเมื่อกี้พี่โดนลากเหมือนมีโดนลากออกมาเพราะพี่อยู่ใต้เตียงพี่หลบเข้าไปใต้เตียงทุกคนเฮ้ยพี่ขอหน้าจอมันไปนะคะโอ้ยโอ้ยออกเฮ้ย 4,700 ท่านนะคะพี่ขอว่าใช่100,000ได้ไหมโอ้ย
When we review the stream, the investigator is visibly trembling, her panic radiating through the screen. As she cautiously pans the camera across the deteriorating room, a very pale complexioned entity enters the frame. The sight of it terrifies her completely, but here is where the footage gets strange. Every time she screams and the camera moves, she forces herself to look at the exact spot where the figure was standing, only to find the room completely empty. The entity appears to vanish again and again. Now our doubt stems from the fact that the entity looks incredibly, almost suspiciously human. But coordinating a synchronized disappearance with an actor during a live broadcast, with no editing possible, is something incredibly difficult to pull off, which makes the whole thing deeply disturbing to watch. Two sisters are alone in their home, barricaded in one room together, when every alarm in the house fires at once.
I'm recording. Wait. Do you hear that? Can you check the security?
The security system logs a breach. The front door camera captures the latch releasing, the door swinging wide, a deliberate motion, as though someone pressed the handle from the outside. But the frame is completely empty. No hand, no figure, no shadow. The two sisters, locked in that back room, heard only the alarm and then the silence after. They had no idea what the camera had captured. And then, seconds later, something moves.
What is it?
The sisters had assumed an intruder was inside. The footage ended that theory the moment they reviewed it. Racing through the frame, low and fast, is a small dark shape, moving from one wall to the other with the speed of something that has no use for doors. It carries the outline of a child, but moves like nothing living.
The fact that it just moved so quickly.
Yeah.
But then, like, the motion capture camera didn't see that shape.
The motion sensor inside a darkened room activates at the exact moment the shape passes through. A sensor that had never once fired before in that house. Not on any particular night prior to this one.
Front door opening on its own.
Yeah.
That is closed. We closed that door.
And I mean, this house is like brand new. Like, it's not old or like anything.
Yeah.
Whatever passed through that room that night was real enough to trigger a motion sensor. The sisters were right to be afraid. They had simply been afraid of the wrong thing. Entirely. A man from Mexico called Amoroso has posted a terrifying clip on his TikTok account. Outside of the paranormal, Amoroso lives a completely normal life, occasionally posting standard family vlogs. However, over the past few months, his account has been entirely hijacked by the need to document the severe, relentless supernatural activity plaguing his apartment. He firmly believes his home has been targeted by dark black magic, and he actually claims to have identified the person responsible on his channel. But before we get to that, we need to look at this specific video he posted on February 7th of this year.
Padre Santo. Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo, santificado sea tu nombre. Venga a nosotros tu reino. Haz tu voluntad así en la tierra como en el cielo. Algo anda allá afuera. Algo anda ahí, gente. Algo anda ahí. Y es más de la medianoche, amigos. Algo anda ahí afuera, lo juro que algo anda afuera ahí.
The footage begins with Amoroso standing at the top of his stairs, listening to loud and violent banging echoing up from the floor below. Gathering every bit of courage he has, he slowly descends. But the exact moment he reaches the bottom of the stairs and turns on the light, the banging stops completely. The sudden silence that follows is almost worse than the noise. As he begins inspecting the first floor and moves toward a window, pay close attention to his hand as he pulls back the curtain. It happened so fast that almost nobody caught it on the first watch. Standing on the other side of the glass in the darkness of the night is a figure. When the more attentive viewers took the time to digitally brighten the dark footage, the terrifying truth was exposed. A silhouette can be made out standing on the other side of the window, slipping away to the left just as the curtain is pulled back. After this, Amoroso posted a video about a woman dressed in black who had been lurking around his home. This is what he captured.
Mira, ¿ya viste? ¿Ya viste?
Sí.
Y nos está viendo. Espérate. No, espérame. No, espérame. ¿Qué? Mira. Tranquila, pero es que tranquila, o sea, mira. No mames, ese es idéntico a ti.
Sí, ahora soy yo. No mames, pero míralo.
Es que no se mueve, ¿eh?
No, nos está viendo. Ya cierra.
Espérame, quiero ver qué hace. Espérame, guarda silencio. Le vas a despertar a la niña.
A woman was out there, standing in front of the house without moving a single inch, staring at it in a deeply unsettling way. On April 30th of 2024, a hotel in the countryside of Latin America shared footage that had left its staff deeply unsettled. The property, Hotel Hushtetepec, doesn't see many visitors, but its employees have spent years quietly dealing with something none of them can explain. Rooms that no one had occupied would routinely be found completely rearranged. Furniture moved, objects shifted, every surface disturbed. Nothing was ever taken from the rooms. The space was simply altered. Given how frequently this occurred, the possibility of an intruder had long since been ruled out entirely. Then came this particular incident. A staff member was told by a co-worker that someone appeared to be inside a room that should have had no guests. Wanting to see for themselves what was there, they carefully took out their phone and recorded this.
Irma me dijo que se veía una persona en la habitación 30 y le dije no, y me dice, ¿está ocupada? Le digo no, se desocupó en la mañana y no hay nadie. Yo misma fui a ventilar esa habitación y ahorita que voy pasando por acá me doy cuenta que sí es cierto, se ve como que alguien se estuviera asomando en la ventana. Vamos a ver qué es lo que pasa, vamos a ver qué hay ahí, pero se supone que no hay nada y sigue ahí viéndose. Aquí más cerquita. Sí, miren, ahí se alcanza a ver una cara, unos ojos. Vamos a ver a esa habitación. Estamos subiendo las escaleras porque desde ahí es donde estábamos viendo que se veía. Aquí ya no se ve nada, a lo mejor por el reflejo de la luz. Y vamos a ver en la habitación. Aquí está la cama, porque esta es una habitación pequeña. Aquí pues no se ve nada. Y aquí está la tele, donde estábamos, donde se supone que se veía, pero no se ve nada. No entiendo por qué se ve. ¡Ay! ¡Ay!
As the employee draws closer to the room, a face appears in the window, pale and utterly still, not shifting, not blinking, not reacting, just there. The stillness of it is what unsettles viewers the most. A real person would move, adjust, look away. This thing does none of that. Some believe it is human. Others are not so sure. Whatever it is, its appearance carries a quality that most people describe as deeply wrong. Like something that belongs to a nightmare rather than a hallway. After checking the area, the employee finds no one. The figure is gone. And then, from somewhere nearby, a sudden noise fills the corridor, and the employee runs. In Belfast, Northern Ireland, a piece of CCTV footage recently surfaced, posted by the official TikTok account of Crumlin Road Gaol. This imposing stone fortress was a prison that closed its doors in 1996. Today, it is a museum hosting historical tours and overnight paranormal investigations. The old jail has a dark history and is well known for its intense supernatural activity. But what its cameras captured in the gift shop, after hours, is inexplicable. When we review the security feed, the stillness of the empty shop is suddenly broken. Despite the merchandise being neatly stacked, one of the books is pushed forward and falls to the floor. But it does not stop there. One by one, 5 books are thrown from the shelf by an invisible force. The number 5 is terrifying in this context. Locals and investigators claim that poltergeist activity at the jail almost always occurs in groups of 5, a chilling pattern believed to represent 5 prisoners who were executed by hanging within those walls. But the staff who cleaned up noticed the most disturbing detail of all. When they examined the objects the invisible entity had thrown, they realized every single one was a copy of the same book titled Hanged at Crumlin Road Gaol. A localized draft in an old building, or something that deliberately chose what to throw. On a Thursday afternoon somewhere in Texas, Kiki Clemens is trying her best to hold it together. Something strange just happened out in her backyard, and she's shaking. She grabs her phone and starts recording, because without it, she knows no one would believe her. Even before today, she'd always felt that something wasn't right about her property. something she couldn't pin down. It always seemed to center on the small wooden shed sitting at the back of her yard.
The light is off. Everything is super tight locked.
Even though no one has lived in that shed, no one, Kiki's dog Dutch, has never once stopped staring at it. Every single day, Dutch locks her gaze on that structure. Her focus is absolute. Kiki has described it as if Dutch can see something standing there that no one else can. It's unsettling. But Kiki always managed to push the feeling aside, telling herself it was just the dog. But one day, while the two of them were out in the backyard together, the shed door suddenly swung open on its own. No wind. No warning. Terrified, Kiki walked toward it and started recording.
That was hella weird. There's literally no way that door just opened by itself. Y'all, like, I really don't get freaked out, but that was really just... That door has a keypad lock on it. Like, and it's actually hard to get in. Dutch, where are you going? Don't leave me. There's like... What? Why did you just jump like that? Why did... Baby! Y'all, do you see her? What the f is going on?
Inside the shed, Dutch is fixated on a specific point, somewhere just behind the door. Kiki approaches slowly. She crouches down to check beneath the frame. No feet, no shoes. Nothing that would suggest a person is standing there. And yet Dutch will not look away. That's when viewers notice something Kiki had missed entirely. Something that made the video feel suddenly colder than it had before. Dutch isn't looking at something at eye level. She's looking up. Whatever she can sense behind that door appears to be significantly taller than the door itself. To this day, Kiki can't bring herself to spend any time near the shed. And Dutch hasn't stopped watching that empty, silent space for a single moment. A woman named Daisy has been living alone in her apartment for weeks. Deeply unsettled by sounds from rooms she has not entered and movement from walls that should be still. One morning, already running late for work, something near the bathroom door stops her.
I was just getting ready for work and I freaking saw something in my bathroom that scared the freaking out of me. I don't know what it was, but it looked like a ghost. Like literally, I think I just saw a ghost. I want to get out of here. I want to get out of my house. I'm so scared. It was like right there where those shadows are. Those are shadows from the towel right there. But there was like a shadow right there where those other shadows are. And it looked like a person. It looked like a ghost. Like right there. Holy.
She raises her phone toward the bathroom as the shadow appears, bleeding out from behind the door for a moment, then vanishing. Only towels are behind it. The apartment is locked and Daisy is alone. Whatever cast that shadow left no trace. Only the footage, and a woman who hesitates every time she passes that door. This next clip comes from an American TikTok user known as Just Found This Cam. We have featured her videos before, as she has spent months documenting a terrifying escalation of paranormal activity, claiming that tall, dark figures have been following her everywhere she goes. In this specific post, she is simply taking a nighttime walk through her neighborhood. As she passes in front of a completely dark and unoccupied house, she stops dead in her tracks. With an impossible clarity to ignore, she hears the voice of her own sister calling her from inside the empty building. Against every rational instinct, she decides to go in and investigate anyway. Let us now look at the raw footage.
I don't know why the lights are on, but I'm going inside of this house. I just heard my sister's voice, and I'm sick of this. And I need to figure out what's going on so I can put a stop to it. The fuck? Why is this chair in the middle of the floor?
When we analyze this footage, the sense of dread is absolute. As she creeps inside the dark and completely abandoned house, the silence is deafening. She sweeps the empty room with her camera light until she focuses on a solitary chair sitting in the middle of the floor that looks out of place. Then comes the scare. Without any warning, the heavy chair slides violently across the hardwood floor directly toward her, pushed by an invisible force. It is enough to send her sprinting and screaming out the front door. Was what she experienced that night real? Or was the whole thing an elaborate setup? On a Monday morning at around 9 o'clock, a teenage girl named Mildred Neva opens her eyes to find her dog nestled tightly against her blanket. Her dog almost never does this. But this morning, for the first time, she has chosen to curl up in bed beside Mildred and her sister, who share the same sleeping space. Caught off guard but warmed by the moment, Mildred reaches for her phone to capture it on video. Then something happens mid-recording that completely drains every bit of warmth from the room. This is what she caught. neighbors who watched this clip say it. Now makes complete sense. Why the dog had suddenly refused to leave the bed. Either someone or something was inside that room. The only other person present was Mildred's sister lying beside her. But whoever, or whatever, this presence may have been as entirely unknown to Mildred. It appears out of nowhere and vanishes in less than a few seconds. That alone was enough to shake her. But it isn't the footage itself that keeps Mildred up at night. It's the zoomed-in screenshot captured from that exact moment. Something about that still image creates a feeling of deep unease in every person who has seen it. They can't identify what was standing in that room, but they feel strongly that Mildred and her sister should not sleep there again. No follow-up has been made. The question of what was captured in that bedroom remains open. A construction worker and his boss were one afternoon deep inside an abandoned house when things got very strange.
Gente, aquí estamos. Ahora vamos para este cuarto que llevo un rato escuchando cantazos y eso. Uy. Hay algo que está sonando por ahí, brother. Oiga, ¿qué fue eso? ¿Compi? No, papá. No, chacho. Hay algo que está... Compi. Mira, tú escuchas eso, ¿verdad? No, yo estoy asustado ya, compi. Hay algo que lleva rato sonando allá adentro y de momento, ¡pam!, dieron un cantazo.
Ya te digo que tú eres de estos que son cobardes, que te imaginas cosas, bro.
No, chacho, yo no puedo imaginar eso, compi. No, y en el cuarto ese, que llevo rato escuchando cantar y pensaba que eras tú, y cuando yo vine a ver, tú estabas ahí tranquilo, recogiendo algunas cositas, y me hecho, sentí como si me hubieran tocado. No, chacho, yo estoy que no puedo ni hablar.
¿No peliculizan por la nochecita?
No, yo no veo películas de esas ya, compi. Vamos ahora en este, compi, en este. Escucha cómo suena. ¿Tú estás escuchando eso? Por eso, yo creo que yo desde lejos, si acaso. Sí, estoy temblando, compi, yo no sé qué vaya. Cuidado, compi, que si yo veo algo estaba cogiendo, tú sabes cómo es esto. No. Hija. Pero qué caramba es eso. ¿Cómo tienen esa muñeca así? Como si estuviera mirando para abajo. Ay, bendito Dios, y sonando ya. Hola, me siento un calentón en este cuarto, compi, no me... Pero como sigue sonando solo. Oh, y se mueve y todo. Ay, compi, ¿no?
Eso a lo mejor fueron los que eran dueños por hacer la maldad o algo. Alguien vino a hacer la maldad, compi. Por eso tú no te puedes poner a darle venta a eso, porque eso son boberías.
Sí, no.
¿Ya te lo ves aquí?
¿Qué bajo ya? ¿Qué?
Y ahí mira una computadora, ¿verdad? No es por hay que sacarlo para botarlo.
Compi, ¿pero qué es eso, compi?
¿Ah?
Mira, compi se movió. Compi se está moviendo, compi, ¿oíste?
Coño, pero no será el viento.
No, si aquí no hay viento, compi.
Pero con un muñeco feo.
Mira para allá.
The worker is alone when a melody bleeds through the walls. The slow, recognizable notes of... It's a small world, drifting from a room deeper inside. Then a loud bang. He calls his boss, and together they trace the sound to a closet. Inside, a doll hanging upside down, and beside it, a puppet with a real infant's face printed directly onto it. As they stand there taking it in, the puppet shudders and hurls itself at them. whether something left it there to wait, or whether this was an elaborate prank. Neither man left with any answer. Two friends are parked outside a building, talking casually inside their car, when something through the window across the street makes them go silent. The first half of this footage seems like nothing special. A figure is visible through a window, moving back and forth inside what appears to be a private residence. Watching a stranger pace through the privacy of their own home is already an unusual thing to do. But it's the specific quality of the movement that neither of the two friends can explain. They say the figure isn't walking. Not quite like that. They keep watching very closely, holding the camera steady, and then suddenly they see this.
Correte. ¿Qué es lo que hace, no? Sí, porque no es que sube y baja así desde...
Without warning, the figure inside that building begins to move, back and forth, back and forth. But the speed is something else entirely. It moves at a rate that the human body should not be capable of reaching. The two friends sit frozen in their car, watching in disbelief, the air in the vehicle suddenly feeling different, heavier. Whatever is behind that window appears to be operating outside the limits of anything human. They haven't received confirmation of who lives there, and they plan to reach out. But as of now, neither friend has been able to determine who or what was recorded in that building. A woman from Alberta, Canada, known on TikTok as Renana007, has a completely normal account full of travel videos and day-in-the-life vlogs, with no history of posting anything paranormal. She works the night shift as an on-site security guard at a facility in Alberta. One night, during her rounds, she spotted something so disturbing in the distance that she immediately pulled out her phone to record it.
When we work night security 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. and we see something coming at us at midnight.
How is it? Raylan!
At first glance, it might look like a person trespassing on the property. But when you look closely, its movements are completely out of place. It walks with a gliding fluidity that does not match any human stride. Even more terrifying, when the footage is digitally brightened, you can clearly see that the humanoid creature has no visible face or skin. It appears to be entirely covered in dense fur. Shaken but determined to find answers, she decided to return to the location on another night to investigate. While scanning the area from her car, she managed to capture the exact same creature again. But this time, the creature saw her.
We went to a back road by the same gate, seen something, and tried to back into a field we seen behind us. And yes, we are chickens.
In that second video, the terror is palpable. The faceless entity is no longer wandering the perimeter. It is focused on them. As they remain inside the vehicle, the creature begins deliberately walking toward the car. In a panic, they throw the vehicle into reverse to escape. But the entity advances toward the headlights, matching their pace step by step. Had the security guard wandered into the territory of something the night keeps for itself? Opened in 1917, the Santa Maria Inn is among California's oldest surviving hotels. And according to decades of accounts from guests and staff alike, one of its most persistently haunted. Objects slide across empty surfaces. Voices carry through sealed rooms. Doors open with no hand on the handle. Marta and her husband arrived for a stay with their border collie, Oreo, the dog padding alongside them down a long corridor, until he stopped, planted his feet, and refused to go any further.
Tell baby's looking at them. He was looking at them. Look, he's looking at them. He's looking at the bench. Oreo's freaking out, guys. And there's somebody sitting there. He doesn't want to go by it. That's alright, come on. Come on, Oreo. That was crazy.
Yeah. Oreo locks onto a plain wooden bench in the hotel hallway and his entire body transforms. He backs away, growling low, hackles raised, refusing to take a single step closer. He will not go near it. When Marta reviewed the footage at home that evening, she heard something layered beneath her dog's distress. A voice, composed and deliberate, aimed directly at the animal, quietly forming two words: "Come back."
That's alright, come on.
Nerter had been carrying that recording for more than 5 years, hearing only her dog's distress, until one quiet evening, the volume was high enough, and those two words finally reached her. This footage was sent in by someone who was asked to remain anonymous. According to them, the video was recorded in 2017 using an older phone, which may explain why the image quality is not sharp. But resolution aside, what was captured is difficult to watch regardless. It happened during a video call. The person they were speaking with wanted to show them the inside of their godmother's home, which was apparently quite cluttered at the time. They pointed the phone around the room to give a sense of the mess. But what ended up appearing in that footage had nothing to do with clutter. This is what was caught.
She's a straight hoarder. You should get this when I get home. Like, watch. She's got problems. Can you see this yet?
Huh?
You can't see this yet, can you?
Oh, I think so.
Hold on. She's got, I don't know. She's got a lot of money. She just, like, she's really cheap and she keeps everything. This is her house.
No, I can't. It says that it's interrupted.
Like, she keeps everything. She's really well off, too, but... Hold on. She's got a lot of money. She just... Like, she's really cheap and she keeps everything. This is her house.
Out of the pitch darkness of that room, a pale face materializes. It drifts into frame and then disappears, present for only a few seconds, long enough for the head to appear to turn. Not randomly, toward the camera. Whoever, or whatever this seems to be aware that it's being watched. It stares directly at the lens like something that knows it has been seen. The man who submitted this footage writes that the face bears a faint resemblance to the ex-husband of his godmother. That man died inside this house in 2001. According to the person who sent this in, things inside that home began to change after his passing. Unexplained occurrences that have continued to this day. Some who watch this believe they may be looking at his spirit. Others believe something less familiar was captured in that darkness. Neither answer brings comfort, and neither has been confirmed. A YouTuber known as Jasko is a veteran paranormal investigator, accustomed to dealing with the unexplainable, and someone who regularly puts himself in situations that would send most people running. In a video posted on March 7th of this year, he decided to push past his own limits by bringing a haunted doll he calls Toby into a house widely considered to be active. Combining two haunted elements in a single location is a recipe for disaster. And the house did not take long to respond.
What the fuck? Guys, I swear to God, I just heard like a woman's voice like right here. It was very faint. I really hope my mic picked that up. I've just been laying here on my phone. I'm gonna properly check this thing. There's no like squeeze anything and like makes noises or anything. Sorry, Toby. Ah! Ah! What the fuck? What the fuck is going on? Fucking hate it here. Ah! Oh my god! Oh my god, oh my god. Fuck this, please.
Jasko is lying on the bed in the dark, waiting for the house to respond, when he claims to hear the disembodied voice of a woman. But you do not have to take his word for it. Pay attention to the right side of the frame. Right at the moment, The tension reaches its peak. The bed sheet visibly begins to move on its own, as if something invisible is underneath it. Seconds later, a knock rattles the bedroom door. Startled, Jasko gets up to investigate the noise and cautiously moves down the hallway until he reaches the kitchen. But here's the detail you need to pay attention to. When his camera first sweeps across the kitchen doorway, the wooden chair beside him is perfectly upright and in place. He takes a few more steps into the room, and suddenly a deafening crash erupts directly behind him. When he swings the camera around, he finds that same chair has been violently thrown to the floor while his back was turned for just a split second. A young woman named Alexandra posted footage of her boyfriend online, a clip she still has no explanation for. The two of them were relaxing by the pool one night when her security camera caught something from a fixed angle. Alexandra's boyfriend leans toward the edge of the pool and reaches his arm down. And the arm keeps extending, stretching well past any anatomical limit. Whether this is a lens distortion, light refracting off the surface or something, the camera simply was not built to capture. No one who has watched this footage has ever managed to quite agree on what they are seeing. On the night of May 10th of 2024, a mother named Veronica Alba is watching her children through a Ring camera inside her home. She's upstairs, in the middle of getting her 2-year-old settled into bed, while her 4-year-old waits alone on the lower floor. No one else is home, just Veronica and her 2 kids. From her position upstairs, she checks the feed. What she sees on that camera is not what she expected to find. Something happens in that footage that she cannot account for and has never been able to explain. This is what her camera recorded. Watch.
Be careful. It's me, Snoopy. Be careful, don't fall.
Veronica didn't hear what the camera caught, so she reviewed the footage sometime later. It was only when she played it back that she heard it. A woman's voice audible from somewhere deep inside the house, carrying the unmistakable sound of someone who is crying or in deep distress. She doesn't believe the voice came from outside. It carries the kind of echo that only belongs to something inside a home's walls. How she failed to hear it while it was happening, she still doesn't know. But what unsettles her most is where the voice appeared to come from. Downstairs, where her child was alone. She remains on edge, afraid it may not be over. Cody Aaron is a paranormal investigator who uploaded a chilling sequence to his YouTube channel. In this video, he's exploring an office building widely considered to be haunted. Spending the night completely alone in a maze of empty cubicles and dark hallways is unsettling enough on its own. But the sheer volume of paranormal activity Cody manages to capture during this single investigation is truly overwhelming.
And that's the chair that moves on its own. And I'm just tired, you know. There's absolutely nothing here this time. I've not seen anything. It's 9:46, and usually everything happens by this time, but nothing's going on. There was way more people than what's usually here today, so I kind of guess maybe that's what it is, and I'm just gonna call it a day. I'll start again tomorrow maybe, and we'll see what. Okay, so I'm the only one here right now, and the door just closed on its own. Okay, so I'm here by myself. All of these green lights means that there's no motion, right? Look in this room. What in the world is that? That is insane. I have never seen something like this. This is directly beside me in the next room. Did you see that? It disappeared. What in the world? Let's do it. Yay! Okay, yeah, I'm gonna need Eric's help for this. I'm not gonna do this by myself.
The first chilling detail happens almost immediately, and it is something many viewers missed on their first watch. When Cody turns the camera toward himself, for a fraction of a second, lurking in the darkness directly over his shoulder, the terrifying face of a woman can be seen. Moments later, as if the entity wants him to know it is there, a heavy door slams shut on its own behind him. Looking for safer ground, Cody heads to check the building's security monitors, but there is no escaping it. On one of the screens, a pale entity slowly materializes. Its form is that of a face, drifting erratically in place before vanishing from the feed. But the climax of the investigation is undeniable. As Cody continues down the hallway, the silence is shattered by a guttural scream. The voice sounds completely demonic, issuing a single command: "Get out." Convinced he has gone too far, Cody ends the investigation and flees the building. On the 27th of December of 2025, a veterinarian working in Mason, Alabama, shared footage online that left everyone who watched it completely terrified. The recording had been kept private for 4 years before. Renee Holt, the owner of the clinic, finally decided to release it. She has long believed the place is haunted. Cages opening in the dead of night. Small objects dropping off shelves with no one around to explain it. Her staff has no answers. But one theory keeps returning in the quieter moments between shifts. That the animals who died within those walls never truly left. That despite their physical absence, something of them remains. One evening, while a staff member sat alone under dim lights tending to a sick animal, the camera recorded what everyone had feared.
That's weird. Where is that coming from?
A dog's cry cuts through the quiet room, soft, raw, and unmistakable. But the only animal present in that clinic was completely silent.
Where is that coming from? It don't sound like it's coming from.
Okay, so you still want to do banana bags, 15 mils an hour, head of starch, 4 mils an hour.
It's coming from over this way.
Alright. Medication.
They may have done that when they switched the bag.
Is it
the new bag
free? No. Alright, who's making it? Help me.
It's in the lobby. It's coming from the lobby.
No, it's not. Where is that? It's not in here. What is that? What, phantom dolls?
Every room was searched, every hallway checked, and no animal was ever found. The cries kept coming anyway, raw and desperate, as if something small and lost was calling out one final time to the people who had once cared for it. No trace, no source. And standing in that silent clinic, the staff could not avoid the possibility that the voice they heard belonged to an animal already gone. This remains the one recording that nobody who works inside those clinic walls has ever forgotten. Which of all these clips is the one you find hardest to explain? Tell us in the comments. And if this video found its way to your screen, you already know what you have to do.